to Everyone Racers,
a show designed for the world of low-dollar racing and oddball car culture.
It doesn't matter what kind of Lemmy Champ or Lucky Track Dog league you run.
SCCA or NASA, we don't discriminate.
as long as you drive it hard and built it yourself.
Join us each week for tech discussion,
Tips, tricks,
as well as news and notes from the world of amateur endurance racing.
whether it's on the spot,
hella sweet,
Or we're lucky enough in Chrissy.
Chrissy,
I give you just the tip.
We're sure you'll giggle a little.
And learn even less.
Everyone report to the paddock.
This is Chris.
This is Chrissy.
I'm Tim.
And I'm mental.
And we are Everyone Racers. It's another Pontiac episode. It's episode 400. What?
Yeah,
We're
I
into
know,
400.
it's
Okay,
really-
we'll get that over in a second. Unlike the other major automakers, Pontiac did not have the customary small block and big block engine families. Instead, Poncho V8 blocks were extremely in the same were externally in the same size and shared the same connecting rod length as the journal size. In 1967, Pontiac retired their 389 and replaced it with a 400. Pontiac would continue producing the 400 until the 1978 model year, and even then, 79 cars received the engines produced the previous year. In the 1968, the 400 equipped GTO had 10.75 to 1 compression ratio and a 365 horsepower with 445 foot-pounds of torque. Also a 400 episode, so that's amazing.
Yep.
So amazing.
We've
It's so
wasted
amazing.
8 years of our lives doing this.
So it's great.
Invested.
It's fine. Everything's
Yep.
fine.
We all just say that it's great that we just get to see each other once a week and still chat and find out what we're
Exactly.
doing. And yeah, so let's move on.
Totally
Uh,
worth it.
Chris has been working on lots of cars, lots of different cars.
Yeah. Since we last spoke, I've done a post race on the Mazda. That is all done now. Here's all right. Weird failure.
This is a show. Don't
It
don't
is.
say
Well,
too
I
much.
can say what the problem was. It was we wore out we sheet metal fatigued both rear lower control arms to the point they have holes in them now. And that was because the rear sway bar, which is very large, bolts to the control arm. And over years of racing, it has actually metal fatigued the stamped sheet metal, and it popped through on both sides. So that explains why the car was understeering and had less grip than we expected it to at Thompson, and also explains that pop I would hear when going from loaded up on one side to loaded up on the other, that I just thought was the exhaust banging around, which it does sometimes. Nope, that was the sway bar banging around in the control arm. So got some new control arms, which is great because they're $50 each from Rock Auto. Thanks for being a modern economy car. And welded on some new larger supporting plates to those spots. So
I love that bit in the Slack channel. Oh yeah, just pop those off and do all this and weld all this and then put it, straighten it back. And dude, they're $50. I'm just buying new ones. I'm not.
Yeah. If it was Bruce, it was the one that wanted to waste 3 hours and a whole bunch of welding wire to repair the 100,000-mile old control arms. No, I'm just buying new ones and welding reinforcements on them. Thank you, Bruce. If I was at a track, I'd do what I had to do, but I'm at home and Rock Auto comes in 3 days. So we're going to do that. Aside from that, it didn't need much, really. Turned out pretty well after Thompson. And now it's all winterized and ready to sit around for its impending journey. So
Impending journey? Whatever could you be talking about, Chrissy?
I don't know. Okay, it's official. We've been hinting about this for a while. Some of our racing friends know it is official. We are moving to Colorado in the next couple weeks. It is, yep. The house is ours, actually. So we settled this week, and yep. So we're moving. So the
West
next time,
Coast.
Not
Sort of.
quite in this time
Closer.
zone, but only
2/3
1
of the
hour
way.
this time zone. I'm
Yeah.
very excited.
closer.
Yes.
Yes.
So
yeah,
West,
so
everyone's
the
coming
race-
to the West Coast, baby.
the race car in the trailer behind the Cadillac and a lot of stuff is coming out with me Labor Day weekend. So Wave if you see us on the road. Speaking of other cars going elsewhere, the MG finally left. It sold on Bring a Trailer. The deal went through. The guy rented a U-Haul trailer and truck to come up and get it. He has no idea what he is in for, but so be it. He's he's gonna learn how to deal with an old British car, and that I was very clear. Like you're gonna have to tinker with it. It's
What's his
65 years
age
old.
range? I mean, is he close?
He's late 50s, I think, and just
He'll
very
be
excited.
fine.
Like, yeah, he no idea, like at all, like at all, at all. So whatever, he's gonna learn. So I told him when you get home, just like I had a video of how to start it, and I said when you get home, read the owner's manual. Here's an original 1960 copy of the owner's manual. You're gonna need to learn these things at least to start. So, but anyway, he was so excited by it and just loves it, and so that's gone. I've been working on preparing the Camaro for sale, the 96 Z28. That was my friend's car. At the same time I owned the MG, he owned that. So I did plug wires on that. And has anyone here ever worked in an LT1 Camaro?
Not on purpose.
Good. Tim, you have? Yeah. Tragic, isn't it?
OptiSpark.
Like, what the hell were they thinking? They knew they were putting a 350 in this. Why is there zero room to do anything in this car? I don't get it.
They wanted to get the motor as far back as possible for balance.
But then there's no room like to work on the sides. There's no room to do anything. Like, I don't get it. Anyway,
terrible.
Plug wires are in, oxygen sensors in, other things are done. It seems to run pretty well now. It cleaned up nice. It took the pictures. Bring a Trailer has accepted it. So that is going up as soon as they send me the listing.
Yeah, that's big.
Well,
follow our socials because we will link it. Because you came to know this car intimately because you installed the stereo, which
in 1998. Like
exactly. So a Camaro convertible in the Northeast had a banging stereo system.
Of course it did.
It does. You can hear it like up the street. Like it is. Yeah, it's a lot.
Big Rockford Fosgate 10-inch sub in the trunk. It's pretty hard. Anyway, so that's going up for sale as soon as they finish writing the listing and post it. We've got everything else set, but a no reserve, low mileage, one owner, period modified 300 and something horsepower to the wheels Camaro is actually something they want. And lastly, we got the Lotus out of storage this week because we don't need our storage unit anymore. We've sold enough cars and stuff and we're leaving. So after 12 years of the storage place, we're out.
Oh, what a great storage place.
That's amazing.
Mantle, you've been there, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's like I would live there. You had the nice little pond right there, the green lawn
awesome.
leading up to it. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, it used to be an old nursery, so it's really nice. It's really private, very secluded. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah. It's
very
funny. You mentioned the Lotus on our socials. We got a like on our Instagram post from like 5 years ago when you guys were trying to sell the low cost, or last year when you were trying to sell the low cost frame that was going to be the Lotus that you now have as, because you replaced it with another low cost Lotus.
Yep. Well, anyway, the new one's in the trailer waiting for me to basically load the Mazda full of parts and things and put the Mazda in the trailer, and Lotus comes out, and then I've got to make it run so that it can drive onto an auto transport to get shipped. So, yep. Anyway, Mental, what have you been up to?
Been gone for a couple weeks. Haven't seen you guys. Yeah. Loved last week's or 2 weeks episode, and the last week we were also busy. If you're a regular watcher or listener to this program, you know that we just kind of do what we want, and you knew better. But uncharacteristically, I'm going to give you a warning, which you're going to see might be upsetting. You guys have heard me talk about Vicky's beautiful sub 40,000 mile SL 500. There it is. 2 weeks ago, woman trying to clear 3 lanes of traffic, T-boned or caught the front end of the now totaled, gorgeous collector's version low mile SL 500 Mercedes.
Darn.
Pour one out. That's terrible.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. So I have spent the last several weeks arguing with insurance companies. No, that's not an equivalent version of that car. That is a buy here, pay here lot SL500, not this car. And I have all of the documentation, and you have all the documentation because every service ever done to this car has been documented since it arrived, and it's all available on the Carfax on this. And one of the initial reports is, well, we dinged you because you don't have the removable hardtop. It's literally visible in the photos that I filed the claim on. You're killing me. So that's what I've been doing with that. I was in San Diego 2 weeks ago, and then just last week I went to go get the Porsche. Yay, it's back. Turns out a lot of the carburetor problems came from someone who drilled out the jets and the Webers. And this BPM Motorsports in Morgan Hill, California, did the whole CSI thing and went through and found out exactly why there. It runs so nice now. It doesn't foul plugs. It doesn't backfire. It's
But
not
bigger,
spewing
there's
oil.
like more, and it goes faster, right? Isn't that just drill it out, man?
Oh God. It actually,
That's
I
the
think it's
cars.
quicker now and it
Eating
gets
some shit.
remarkably better gas mileage. With the Mercedes gone and the Porsche back, I've been making progress on some projects. So the Honda is now in the garage where I can start testing my patience with wiring and see if we can get the project, the B18 swapped Civic that I have. And finally, in Mental's quest to ever become an older and grumpier man, before I left to go to California, I had to go to a VA appointment. And then when I returned, the results of the VA appointment, namely, my hearing aids. So now my eyes are gone. My hearing is gone. Yeah. The only thing I have is my hair, which is actually what the audiologist said. She said, you're a perfect candidate for hearing aids, but if it's any consolation, you have a lovely head of hair. And I said, you are very good with your patients. Clearly that's a consolation. Yes. And it is, I've spent the last 2 weeks just turning everything in my house down. It's so nice now.
Vicky's so happy.
Vicky's so sort of, because now she can't mutter under her breath anymore.
Because you can hear it. Wow.
Pretty much.
Right.
Oh, that's great.
So
Due
as
to
we
the 30
always
years of being around aircrafts and race cars and motorcycles and all those things would do anything.
Oh,
Weird.
no. With the official record is all of this is aircraft damage. None of this came from a race car. None of it. Nope.
Fair.
It's
It came
actually
from
kind of
somewhere,
slick too.
so-
Yeah. Because I work in a secure facility, they had to disconnect the microphone aspect of it, but iPhones like automatically do. So like I don't have to do the whole, I have to talk to it like I'm a teenage girl in my car, but it's connected to my hearing aids directly. So like phone calls are a breeze now.
I'm laughing so hard because this is what we do with Chris's mom. So hers connect her. You're so old.
But we love you.
No, wait.
I love that. I love that's the data point. And she's so old.
No, that's you. No, she's not. She's what, 80? She's gonna turn 86 next week.
2.
Oh, okay, 2. Anyway, all of a sudden she'll get phone calls and you'll just be sitting talking to her and she'll be like, oh, my phone. And like, because all of a sudden it just shows up in her head. You're just like that. It's funny. That's
Yeah.
why
It's going to be a new experience hanging out with you. I'm not going to be used to the lower volume Mental because now you can hear how loud the rest of us have heard you for years.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't get any quieter. I just turned all the old stereos down. It's fine. Totally fine.
We'll see we'll see about that now that we know.
Yep.
and I can't wait to play the game of, do you have the hearing aids in or not? That's the game we play with also with Chris's mom. Is that when you're talking to her and all of a sudden she just goes like this and you're like, oh, no hearing aids. Nope. Okay. Now you can hear. I mean, you're not that bad. I know you can, I'm sure you can hear plenty.
And I've been driving the Porsche with the noise reduction earbuds, and I tried driving with the hearing aids, and that did not work at all. So no, pull right over, put in the noise reduction earbuds in the car because, A, that car is really loud, and B, wait, what is that ping? Wait, that wasn't there before. Why is it making that noise? What's going wrong with it now? So no, don't need to hear that.
Goodness.
Chrissy, you have such exciting stuff here.
I suppose. Most of it's not. I quit my job. That's why we're talking about this.
Yay!
That was the last of the people that didn't know. And of course, it's funny to tell people that they're like, wow, this is so quick. And I was like, we've been working on this for like a year now. So, yeah, it's not quick. It just is now the final end of it. I still have another month there, but I decided to give them notice so I could try to find somebody to hire.
That's what we knew it was probably some well typed up verse letter thanking them for the opportunities and all the great times you've had and, presented in formality. But in my head, it's that scene from Half Baked where, that's right, I'm out. Who's coming with me? Yeah, but
it was not that at all. No, very
it's
well.
It's not the F you, you're cool.
Yeah. Nope, none of those things. I'm sorry to disappoint. It was a very nice, heartfelt discussion with my HR manager, who I'm very good friends with, and then slowly told leadership. People are still finding out. I told them last Thursday. So, yeah, all good. Went to the shore with the fam this weekend, and yeah, I have a lot of house to pack. So Chris is obviously diligently working on cars, trying to either get him out of here or get him ready to pack and go away. And I have the rest of the house to pack. So eventually he'll start moving inside and helping me. But and then we have a garage to pack. So there's that. So yes, Tim, I don't like your story. What kind of story are you going to tell us? Because it doesn't sound great.
Well, I think I mentioned that I got stung by a bee a couple of weeks ago.
Like a bad one, right? Like,
yeah.
Didn't you like,
yeah. Like it was stuck in your heel and your dog wouldn't let you swat it away.
Yeah. So
I'm not laughing at your pain, but that was really funny.
That was on a Sunday 2 weeks ago. And that Wednesday I had to go in and get like prednisone steroids to try to like take care of the swelling and all the craziness. So that worked pretty good. It started to knock it down. I started to feel better. I had a trip scheduled to go back to California on Saturday of that week. So I get in the car, I drive to Boston. On my way to Boston, I'm like, man, I'm like itchy, like really itchy in my armpit.
Oh no.
Yeah. So what do bees live in? This is a quiz. What do bees live in?
Hives.
Yeah, guess what I got on the airplane?
Oh,
hives. Yeah. So I know I got a 6 hour and 45-minute flight, and I am getting worse and worse and worse.
Chris feels you so much.
Yeah. So I'm like 2 hours and 40 minutes in, and I was like, I've got one more prednisone pill. I am taking this thing right now, and Benadryl like to the face, because I'm not diverting this plane for an emergency because
you're
of
that
hives.
guy,
right? Yeah, I'm not gonna be that guy.
You're that guy.
So I land, I get into San Francisco just before midnight, and get to the house, and I wake up the next day, and I started to feel better because I like took all the histamines. And then I wake up the next morning, and Corey Dickman's on his way over. We've got a work day planned. It was a quick trip for me. I flew in like midnight Saturday night, had a work day planned to work on the TWAP on Sunday. Then I went to Monterey Monday, played golf in a tournament Monday, Tuesday, and had a red eye Tuesday night back out.
Wow.
So super fast trip. So I wake up Sunday morning, Corey's literally on his way to my house, and my hives are just raging. So off to urgent care again. They put me on another dose. So a like 6-5-3-2-1 pill dosage. So I go on, I don't know if you've been like that large of a shot of prednisone before, but like I was like jittery, right? Like it's like,
oh no,
electricity
Tim and jittery.
Running. Oh my god, like the last thing I need, right? So like electricity.
So you can sit on an airplane for 6
body.
hours.
Yeah. And go to play in a golf tournament, like trying to have some sort of touch.
And
I'm like, yeah, crazy. Right?
Just Happy Gilmore your way through the entire tournament.
Oh man.
So you're allergic.
Great.
You're allergic to the bees, not the prednisone, not the drugs. Is that correct? Okay, fine. So Chris was allergic to the drugs, and that's why I was thinking that you have found out that you're allergic to the drugs, and that's why.
Yeah. So
allergic to the bees.
Yep.
Got
allergic to the bees. So as this basically what we've surmised is that the as the swelling started to go down, your body starts absorbing all of that nonsense. And my body was like, yeah, I'm not a fan of this. So broke out in hives. So
Wow.
had him Sunday, had him Saturday night, Sunday, Monday morning again. And then I didn't get him back after that. So it was great. Flew back to California. We had a good work day on the car on Sunday. Little late, but Jimmy Varelis and Rick James and Dave Weiss, they all came over. We put the rear Corvette brake conversion onto the race car. So now we've got Corvette rotors and calipers on all four corners of the Solstice. So that thing should just stop on a dime now. We did some investigation to try to figure out why it was going into limp mode at the last race without throwing any codes. So Jeff Gates came over and he's got a couple of different scan tools from his shop, and none of them showed up with anything. What we determined is that the only thing that could kind of create that scenario without throwing a code, it's most likely fuel. So that car is a direct injection. It's got a high pressure fuel pump right on the motor. So if that's starting to fail, it could not be getting the fuel that it needs, and that wouldn't throw a code because there's no sensor downstream of that. So as weird as that sounds, that's where it's pointing. So I'm going to throw some car parts at this, and we're going to hope for the best for button willows. I'm going to put a new high pressure fuel pump in it. I'm going to put a new fuel pump in the tank in it to make sure that it's not just losing pressure to the fuel rail. Put a new fuel regulator in it. I'm going to change the VVT sprockets on the front, because that's a potential fail, those and the solenoids. And then I'm going to take it out for test day and cross my fingers. So there you go.
Send it.
So that was Sunday. I get back into the East Coast, New England, and come back here. It's really cool. My neighbor is in a band, like a symphony band, 30-piece. And we had on the water, we were going to host the band set up on our front lawn overlooking the water, and then everybody can come out and kind of anchor out in the water and enjoy the concert. So very cool. We were doing that on Saturday. So Friday, I've got to mow the lawn to kind of clean things up and do the hedges, and mowing the lawn. Unbeknownst to me, there is a yellow jacket nest that dug into the ground, and guess who got stung multiple times?
Oh no.
Yep.
No.
Just leave the mower parked right over it and just
No, I was
there?
like, I ran it over. What I found out was I ran it over, right, and then on my lap back on the next pass, they lit me up. So
I cannot tell you as a teenager in the South how many times I've done that.
Oh man.
Thankfully, I just mowed my lawn today, or tomorrow I would be concerned that this might happen to me. Yes.
Did you kill it with fire after that, Tim?
No, I went through multiple cans of Raid, the foaming stuff that gets down in the hole. So
then
fire.
fire.
So that was Friday. So Monday, back to leg swells up. I got a big back to the clinic, right? And
they think that you're like, addicted to it, or like selling it on the street or something.
I said to the lady, she was like, well, you don't really like to do 2 of these in a row. I was like, oh no, I've already had 2 in a row. This is the 3rd one. And she's like,
yeah. Y'all get any more of that prednisone?
I'm gonna write you. Go see Jose down on J Street.
You're like, that's not usually what people ask for, but I guess you can be addicted to anything, so that's fine.
So I filled the script in case I broke out in hives again. I would have it, and I haven't taken any of it. And knock on wood, it's okay. But
that's where you
Sunday.
if you didn't wood, because what can it do? You didn't knock on the wood. You didn't knock on the wood. Yeah.
The first time I got stung Sunday and the hives came Saturday. So this time I got stung Friday. So here we are Tuesday. Well, let's see what happens the next couple of days. But it's already, this one's better than the other one. These were just yellow jackets. They weren't those big nasty wasps that got me. So
all right. Does anybody have crazy. Tim's wife's number in case we just see him like slowly fall off the screen?
Yeah. Yeah, if I get real quiet, then there's a problem.
Okay.
But speaking of quiet,
right?
She's been very quiet, but we do have a fifth person with us. We have a guest. West Coasters know her. She is Renae Lamb, otherwise known as Hulk Smash. Renae, what you working on?
Whoa, what am I not working on?
Fair.
I was just walking through my shop today and I counted 4 944s I have here right now. The Lemons car, the Lucky Dog car, a parts car, and a customer's car. So I came to the conclusion that I probably have 80% of all of California's 944s in my shop right now.
Yeah, valid.
And
most of them are in a shop for one reason.
Definitely didn't borrow any parts off of any of the customers' cars for sure.
No. But the parts car I did buy is an S2, and I parted out the beautiful interior and everything out of it. So I ended up getting this 944 S2 backup motor for, per my calculations, about $1,000, which is the really, 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 really good price. So
yes,
yeah, I was proud of myself for that one. That's what Insomnia and Marketplace will do to someone, Find the
I think literally everyone listening to this program goes, yes, that's exactly how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else do you guys want to know?
Let's just drive through all the boring part and then we'll get to talk to you a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good. It's news time.
Hey, do you know what you need in your life?
No.
More pink Rambler.
No.
Not just any pink Rambler, but the famous Lemons pink Rambler. Yep. Lucky for you, Albert Wenzel is raffling the battle-proven Corey Dickman constructed race-ready car to support Lemons of Love. Tickets are only $20, and when you buy 5 or more tickets, they're going to throw in a bundle of official 24 Hours of Lemons throwback stickers and patches. You do not have to be present to win, but you can see the car live at Road America in a few weeks. If you're not a Lemons faithful, Lemons of Love builds and delivers chemo care packages. Helpful and thoughtful items like lemon drops, ginger tea, lip balm, a water bottle, organic body lotion, superhero socks, and a happy picture from a child. It is the charity of most race weekends, and they do amazing work. They've hand-delivered over 38,000 care packages to people in treatment. So here's your chance to help them share even more with more people. So buy some raffle tickets, win the Rambler, feel the love. This quirky, fully Lemons legal Rambler is everything you love about endurance racing. It's a little weird, it's a lot fun, and built to survive the chaos. It's been donated to Lemons of Love to help us do what we do best, share love, hope, and chemo care packages with people in cancer treatment. Link is in the show notes. Go and support.
I think on the West Coast, this car is street legal too. I think it's an actual titled black-plated car. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Chevy is set to modernize their van offerings. Well, I feel like it's about time. The Chevy vans currently has been out since 1997. But anyway, they're actually not doing it. They're going to let Hyundai do it. Billy Raybach at Motor Trend gives us the details. With everyone else ditching the body and frame van design decades ago, GM's line, they are getting crushed by the Transit, ProMaster, Sprinter, etc. So with a new agreement with Hyundai, the spaceship resembling Hyundai Staria could enter as a badged engineered Chevy for 2029. The Staria is capable of transporting up to 11 passengers when configured, can have limo-like appointments, or be a bare-bones utility van. Currently available with a variety of powertrains, including a 3.5-liter V6, 2.2-liter turbo diesel 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder models paired exclusively with an 8-speed automatic. Diesel engines got an auto or 6-speed manual. While there's no way we're going to get the manual diesel van, we can dream. Or just, go to like Mexico and get a hotel shuttle, and it'll probably be something like that.
I was going to say how ugly it was, but until I thought about a manual diesel, and then I'd be like, it would be okay then.
It's fine.
It would be acceptable.
Not like any of them are pretty. No one's ever looked at a ProMaster and went, yeah, it's dead sexy.
I know, but
I don't know.
If you had this Hyundai next to a Chevy, a new Chevy van, I feel like, that's a quick choice right there.
I mean, you put a big airbrush painting of a wizard and like a moon scene behind it. I think that'd look amazing.
It makes any van look better. Duh.
It reminds me of the Volkswagen I just saw in front of the shop today. They remade it. I don't know if you guys have covered this, and it's all electric, and that made me a little sad because they knocked the entire design, but it's just not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think where'd he go? We think some time ago, but if you're actually seeing one in real life, that's impressive. But I think I feel like
they need a 2-stroke motor in the back of it that like generates electricity. So it sounds like the old one, but it's still generating electricity.
Seriously, Harbor Freight Predator motor, you'll be totally fine. Probably makes more horsepower than the original Volkswagen.
There's an
bus.
accessory market right there for you guys. It just sticks in the trailer hitch. Yep. You got to have the little pea shooter exhaust out the back too.
Totally.
Love that.
Wow. Yeah. So, folks, you weren't going to be very productive tomorrow at work anyway. And let's be honest, it's, towards the end of the week, it's totally fine. So you might as well spend the day, or at least your lunch hour, browsing the auction site for the Movie Car Museum. Now, Andrew Collins tells us that over 50 iconic vehicles and tributes from TV and film, along with an extensive collection of artifacts and memorabilia, are now on sale. Rods and Bods, Colorado-based car museum and prop rental outfit has lost their retail space. So while they're looking for a new venue, the owner is clearing house. Zach Lofert, who started the movie prop rental business in 2017, plans to find a new location, start over with a slightly different version of the Movie Car Museum. But in the meantime, he's unloading a bunch of inventory to make money for a new space. Quote, it's like 99% no reserve. High bidder wins. It can be in person or online. Loafer told the local news. There are 463 items. We're talking movie cars, trucks, signs, gas pumps, pedal cars, screen used memorabilia, stuff like that. Notable replicas, a Starsky and Hutch Torino, the Fall Guy GMC 4x4 pickup truck, the Dumb and Dumber Mutzcut van, Ghostbuster hearse from the 2016 movie, the police Chevy Blazer from Stranger Things, a bunch of replicas of the early Fast and Furious cars. And the signs and memorabilia are also top notch as well. Now, a link to the article and the auction are in the show notes, but to the surprise of, no one on this screen, me, I am watching this, a replica of the alligator car from the 1975 classic Death Race 2000. That one was the one that was just driven by Sylvester Stallone.
I'm sorry, is that a kit car? It's an actual car.
It's a replica of a kit car.
Okay, but it's not like a go-kart. It's not. It's it's full size. Some of it's hard to tell with the little pictures. I was looking for the go-karts, the pedal cars, the other fun little ones.
Bumper
that I was looking
cars.
For. Yeah, I want a bumper car.
There's two of them in there.
Right? Yes.
Bumper car.
Right?
Yes.
We need. That's what we need. Where they are, it said Colorado based. Is that where all of the stuff is shipping from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good.
If someone were to bring a bumper car to Road America as a Judge Mobile, no one here would hate that.
No.
Any
race, but that one in particular.
That would be great.
Maybe like the 25 hours race at High Plains.
Although
one bumper car, you're just driving around looking for things to hit. You need another one.
And then really, I'm just feeling like we're adults here. If I'm in a bumper car, how is that really good for like, my neck and like my
that's
spine false. And I feel like we're just going.
Well, if
we
you've
walk
got a
around
chance
feeling
to,
like-
if you've got a chance to prepare for it, you're totally fine. It's the other people that you're going to hit that are going to be in trouble.
Well,
So,
I was
yeah.
thinking that if I'm bumper carring with any of you, I don't know how it's gonna. Yeah, see, these are so cute. Okay, this is
Amazing.
not good pod.
Amazing.
I think
Check out this link. That's a good
I don't
way
want
to
that
kill
one.
an
I want
afternoon.
I want the other one. Okay,
You want
great.
the-
All right, we're gonna talk about racing junk. Not one, but two. Count them, two. Dodge Neon race cars. There's only 3 picks, which is awful. But this deal isn't from the seller. 2 Dodge Neons for sale. 98 coupe with a 2.4 swap ACR transmission and disc brake conversion. Also a 94 ACR as a parts car. The 98 we raced 5 seasons with in the 24 Hours of Lemons in New Jersey. It's basically a turnkey, but needs a few 5-point harnesses because the current ones are expired. They're moving to a new platform, selling the Neon and its parts. They've never run the ACR, but feels like it's probably fine. It doesn't seem to go in gear, which is good. Might be a clutch cable, or it
But
might
it's
be
fine.
something worse. It's fine.
Totally fine.
Tons
Totally
of new
fixable.
parts and used parts going with the sale. To bring 2 trailers or a big one, they're at $5,000. They're only $5,000. To get both are $5,000.
Sounds
yeah,
like
you get all of it. The spares,
You get
both
all
cars.
of that.
everything.
stuff.
Okay, located in
Such a
All of the
Virginia.
things.
You
They're
can't
junk.
afford not to buy that.
Yeah,
right?
it's
Yes.
such a good deal.
You need both, but
Their
only
junk
3
and soon to be
pictures.
your junk. So
Only 3 pictures. You never know what you're going to end up with. Okay,
Yep.
it's upcoming races time.
Champ Car is running the Thompson 12, which is exactly what you think it is. It's a 12-hour race at Thompson. There are 26 cars and only 7.
Gosh.
is this
are
a Track Night in
BMWs.
America beginner session?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
And of those 7 BMWs, 3 are from the Boston Winers team. So
Wow.
now that all gets absolutely undone when I tell you that there are 12 Miatas,
Wow.
2
So
Hondas.
there are 7 not Miatas or BMWs.
Right?
They're
And then,
correct.
right.
No.
He gives the
No,
rest
no.
of them.
Oh, yes. So 12 Miatas, 2 Hondas, 2 Porsches. The remaining 3 cars, it's a Mustang, a Scion FRS, and a 300ZX.
Awesome.
Wow. And that's
Spec
assuming
Miata
that
race.
all of them are running all weekend or for all, it's a
Yeah.
12-hour, but it's real. Wow. Wow. I'm surprised and impressed.
Hmm.
Saddened.
I'm
Okay.
bored.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm bored. For 12 hours, let's go round and round Thompson for 12 hours.
Where are
No.
all of the other race cars at? It's like, what? Who can't pass anybody? Where are they?
Yeah, they're all over
Oh,
there. Okay, it's recent results time.
I hope that's not me. Oh, yes.
It is
no.
you.
Champ Car. It is me. It is me.
It
I
is.
was actually trying to find the video, unfortunately. So Champ Car also was at Ozarks, and unfortunately, our friends at Battle Scarred Motorsports had an incident with the mighty Pinto wagon. But everyone is okay, everyone is safe, and they swear it will race again.
On Saturday,
Good.
Class D was Hastings Tires plus Corvette by 5 laps. Class C was Calvin Ball Motorsports by 6 laps.
That's an
Class
excellent
B,
team name, by the way. That's a good one.
Calvin Ball. That is a good
Yeah.
one. Class B was Blue Shells in a Ford Focus by 3 laps. And the Class A winner was Touchstone Motorsports by 2 laps.
Sunday, Class D was Hastings Tires Corvette again by 13 laps. Class C was Gorilla Sticker and a boring BMW, 2 laps over Gorilla Sticker and another boring BMW. Class B was Milan plus 2 in their 1990 Miata by 6 laps. And Class A was Black Flag Sarcoma in a Miata by 9 laps.
Wow. Okay, so let's start feedback time. On the YouTubes, about the return of Jeff, Hack Factory said a dented car is better than a dented car, Chris. We are glad to see glad Chris didn't get, and thankful for the input that he gave us. So still terribly sorry and embarrassed about the tragic breaks and our trash that you tried to kill you. New Porterfield pads arrived yesterday. Hashtag they should totally sponsor us. And also, Michael can't stop telling everyone that he got an award at the race and Dad's race team didn't. Lemon's community is awesome.
Excellent.
And Michael K said the Solstice is newer than the 1995 Transport, but I understand the dislike of the quality of the ABS of that era. But if it also has the terrible brake-based VSS that my HHRSS had, yes, plumbing around it is your best bet. Unlike what a certain host said, there is a high probability that the early brake-based VSS from GM is not fully disabled just by disconnecting the module. That era of GM, just about everything refers back to the BCM for some sort of confirmation handshake, and if it is missing, limp or reduced power will happen. It's one of the main reasons we still have not yet utilized our Darth of Turbo 2.0 Ecotech swap parts. You also have to go standalone ECU. Sad face.
Al Jones said, sherbet is a delicious summertime treat, and I stand by Jeff's decision. The watermelon oppression displayed by the rest of you suggests why he's no longer a regular part of the podcast.
It's a quote of the month right there.
Golf clap, Al. Golf clap.
Now, with all of our travels and racing, our social media has been lacking. That's me, sorry. But my last major event for work is done, so expect to see a lot of dumb stuff again. I've been loving the clips some of our followers have been sending. Tom Lamino and I go back and forth about disappointing Ferrari Formula One stuff. And I missed that Monday was Patrick Swayze's birthday. So to all those who are listening, Swayze be with you. Normally I post a lot of obnoxious stuff that makes people worry about my obsession with Patrick Swayze, but
do they though? I don't know.
Not sure.
You know who also loves Patrick Swayze?
I don't
because
think
he's awesome.
I'm not sure that she does, actually.
You know who would never judge us for our watermelon oppression?
She might. She doesn't like watermelon. So no, she would join in the
watermelon oppression.
Yes, correct. She won't judge us for the oppression because she will join in the oppression. That's correct.
So Al, you're on the wrong side of Chrissy's mom. Sorry, buddy.
I mean, no, nobody likes
Still,
watermelon.
Comment of the year so far, Al. Well done.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, it's big time.
All right. So our guest, Renae Lamb, we all know her out here on the West Coast. She's awesome. She's, you guys may have heard of Erica the Welder. You can thank her for that. All right. This is all that. You've been, you not only do this for fun, you do this for a job. So you've been making bad decisions for some time now.
A very long time. Yes. I have just crossed the 20-year working with my family at our auto repair shop threshold a couple months ago. So 2 whole decades I've been in this industry, and the racing team just started about 1 of those decades ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So let's count through those bad decisions.
Yay.
You decided to go into, high-end European automotive repair, strike 1, with your dad, strike 2, in California.
Yeah. And yeah.
Make good choices.
Make good choices. Yeah. With my family, in a nutshell, this is why none of our Lemons cars ever get LS swapped, and why we stay true to the European, because we were born in Hungary. We escaped Hungary during communism in a trunk of a car and lived in Germany for 2 years in a refugee camp before we got sponsored and made it to the United States. So my dad spoke German. The BMW dealership in the Bay Area needed a tech. It worked out well. He got the job, and eventually that led us to be able to open the repair shop we have now. But that's why he is so dead set on never LS swapping anything. He is going to stay true to the European. Renae, we cannot do this, Renae. This is blasphemy, So tell me why we have to keep replacing these absurdly expensive S2 motors, because he doesn't want to throw an $800 LS in there to stay true to the brand. But that's kind of how he is. And you know what? I'm here for it. So I'll keep my 3 a.m. marketplace finds going to keep the team going the way he likes it.
How many of those engines have you been through?
Okay. So, well, we had the 2.5 liter motor that came in the 83 Porsche. On the third time of blowing that one up, we decided to switch to the S2 motor. And now we're on our third S2 motor. Yeah.
All right. So you're not to the third hand yet, so that's good.
Well, I think that this backup motor we have for the Porsche is the last time we're going to be able to do this because the parts are just not available. The engines aren't available. There's one complete running S2 on eBay right now, and they want $8,000 for it. So I don't think that it's in the cards after this.
I'll throw this. You could K-swap it.
That we could do something along those lines. Yep.
Multi-valve cams, 4-cylinder still.
Even with my E36 that we have, I really wanted to do a V8. And of course, he decided to pull the S62 motor out of a 2001 M5 and cram that thing in there with no room for anything, modify the subframe to get it in, put the dry sump kit on it. Like he went balls deep in that build. And I just sat back like, oh no, please don't keep making this cooler and cooler. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad someone else did it.
Right? You can watch somebody. That's better.
Yeah.
There's no way you're gonna make that work.
Challenge accepted.
And then what does she do? She lets college kids drive it at a track day to try and teach people how to be on the track.
Yeah, that we took that one out along with the other ones when we did that coaching day for Sierra College to keep them out of the walls. That was the goal.
Yes.
Good goal.
Which I don't think they've hit a wall since then because I don't think the cars run long enough on that one. But
that's sad.
That's exactly right. The last race that they had was extra heartbreaking because one of the gals that was involved from the beginning finally got her opportunity to drive and the motor blew right before, and it was her last chance to drive on the team because she was graduating and moving on. So so I'm going to try and find a way to figure out how to get her in something somehow. But yeah,
I remember at we'll back up the story probably because people are trying to play catch up, but you went and spoke to their Sierra College about what you do for a living. And then in passing mentioned this hobby that you have.
Yeah, I was connected to Sierra College actually through a team that doesn't race much anymore. Some of you might remember him, Brad. He had the brown 944 with the Chevy front end on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, that still shows up in the wrap-up videos. Yeah.
So
that thing was so cool.
I blew my motor one race. He blew his transmission. So he borrowed my transmission to continue the race. It didn't work out for them to be able to do that, but that's how we connected. And he got me in with Sierra College. And yeah, I was there from their first planning of, we want to do this and we have this car, to here we are now. I don't know how many, it's been a couple years now, at least, maybe a few years that we've been helping them out. And it's been so fun watching them and coaching them. Mental, you came out, Corey came out. They rented the track and I spent, I think 6 hours right seat coaching these students the entire day, one after another after another. That was the first time I think I was like, I got to get out of this car. Yeah.
And I remember it was funny because Corey couldn't fit in the passenger seat of his car. So he was in my Miata and he's coaching students and he looked like a superhero, just, over the windshield and everything in his suit, helmet. But I remember, the girl, she was getting ready to drive and she was one of the ones that showed up and said that she couldn't drive a stick. So we had like a learn to drive a stick clinic and she got in the car and she drove it just fine. I'm like, who told you can't drive a stick? My parents.
Yeah, no, she was.
Your parents are wrong because you totally can.
Downshifting at the proper time and all that. Don't leave out the part either where when Corey didn't have your car on track, people were learning how to drive stick in the parking lot in your car. That was like level 10, just volunteer commitment bravery there.
It had a warranty. It was fine.
All right.
Yeah. So you did that. So yeah, that is a shame because I felt bad because they had the entire presentation based on a throwaway comment I had made a year ago about, get that clown show of a team over here. And they all showed up like clowns, but it was the 25-hour race and the car wasn't ready at tech time. So I'd gone to go to sleep so that we could make it through the night. And that's when they presented the car into tech and I missed all of that. Yeah. That was a heartbreaking weekend for those guys. But they got an award out of it.
Yep. Again, they have collected quite the collection of awards. I think they're up to 4 now.
No class wins, but a lot of awards.
No checkered flags either. I don't think
they're getting to the point of we don't want to win trophies for not racing anymore.
Well, I'm going on a decade almost of lemons, and I've never won I haven't won a race or an actual award except some fake one they made up one time when we had a car towed in from Bakersfield way back in the day, but that was it.
I judged that race. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Yep.
So we've talked about, this isn't even a question on here. We've talked about the Sierra College team, and I don't know that I know the whole story. And so I'm sure our listeners do not. Is it supported by the college? Is there like a professor that helps the group? And obviously kids come into it and leave, obviously, as they graduate. Can you give us a brief synopsis of how they're related, how that group is related to racing and lemons?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sierra College, the auto club it's a club, is run by Roy Ingram. Stand up dude. Man, what a guy. I like him a lot. And he is so committed and just rallying behind these kids. To my knowledge, Sierra College doesn't have an accredited auto program anymore. So they started this club just so that they can stay involved with the auto world, but also in hopes of trying to get something back to Sierra College for some sort of accredited auto class. So this has brought them so much exposure. They even had the governor's wife visit them at the college, presented Erica an award herself, and just brought more exposure. So I don't know where they're at in that goal, but if nothing else, they're having a great time trying to get to the end game here.
Awesome.
It's a heck of a group of kids, and
they really are great kids.
They work together as a team really well. Like they manage through all of the tripping points that come along with running a race team, and they're doing this next to their homework, right? Like it's such a neat thing to see these guys and gals get out there and work together, and then when it blows up, like stay committed and help other teams out. Like they're just a great group of humans. It's really, we're blessed to have them on the West Coast.
And Roy also, I feel there's a couple things he's done that I'm like, okay, I get it. I've stood back while they were working on something, and I told Roy, I said, if they just, and he goes, I know. And he's let them struggle through stuff so that they can figure it out on their own. And it was so refreshing to see him not jump in and take over because he wants them to be done. He let them sort it out. He let them get to the bottom of it. And I think that's where the growth is really coming from.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Tell us about, future job interviews. Tell us about a challenging time and how you overcame it. Well, let me tell you about a thing called lemons.
And I've seen some of these kids just completely change from the beginning when I met them, with how, with their confidence, with just the way they even acted around people in the paddock. They were embarrassed and shy and, timid, to just thriving. It was great. It's been great.
Yeah. Neha's another one of those. She was at the clinic, and then she came out, and she's also hilarious at the track. It's like she found her tribe early on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Renae, how long have you been doing lemons?
My first lemons race was, and I bought the t-shirt. Okay. It was when David Vodden, and I think the race was Vodden the Hell Are We Doing?
Mm-hmm.
And it was at Thunder Hill, and they were like, pre-order your t-shirt, your name will be on it. And I was like, this is so cool. I'm going to be a race car driver, and I'm going to have my name on a shirt. And like, the names were so tiny and smudged, you couldn't make a single one of them out. Now, that I still have that shirt. I almost brought it with me, but
so on brand,
right?
It's gray. Yeah. It's got, I forget what's on the front. Before lemons, I was a drag racer. I did quarter mile stuff, bracket racing, Mustangs, modified Mustang, exhaust leak, modify exhaust leak. That was my life before lemons. I did take quite a bit of break because of kids, but my dad was like, all right, kids are old enough, come out and let's race. So Thunderhill 5 mile, never been on track in my entire life before. No HPD days, never sat in a real race car, borrowed my dad's helmet, borrowed someone's shoes, pieced together to see if I would like it before I, invested all the money. So I get in the car, I go out, and I'm literally a mile in to this 5 mile track. My butthole's like this, and I'm like, I gotta come in. I cannot do this. I radio in and I say, I can't do this. Everybody's just pew, pew, pew. You talk about getting attacked by wasps. That's what I felt like. That's what I can compare it to. And I was like, I'm coming in. Well, I missed the exit. So I was forced to go around another 5 miles as far to the right as I could, just heart rate probably about to explode through the roof. And then a miracle happens, which was a full course caution. And I was like, okay. And then it was a full course caution for like 4 or 5 laps. And that let me settle in a little bit and kind of get used to the track and what turns were next. And then the green flag came back out, and I don't know how much time went out before I came back in, because then I was like a little bit, all right, now I get it. These people aren't going to ram into me. As long as I stay predictable, they'll find their way around me. And yeah, that was my first race, 2017. Never had been on track in my life. And here I am now.
Absolutely hooked.
Exactly right.
Yep.
Exactly right.
And that's how it starts. $100,000 later.
Oh. Yes, sir.
Yeah. You say that like it's a bad thing, Tim.
It's chunky track.
And so after that, somehow then you actually have done the work to become an instructor. How did you go from I am freaking out on this track to instructor? There's a path there.
Well, once I had that experience at that race, I did want to be more prepared before I went out again. So I took my Lemons car, and any cheap track day, I could convince someone to allow me to enter with that, because you would be surprised how many events will say, no Lemons cars. And I'm like, hey, man, at this point, it wasn't so shitty. Okay, the Lemons car was a bit nicer. So I just started getting involved and getting some seat time. And then as the time went by and I started gaining some experience, my friends, specifically some of my female friends, were like, this is so cool. I really want to try this and that. And I said, you can, for $125, you can get out on track with a helmet. So I started just encouraging and bringing my friends out. And then they were like, well, can you teach me this track? So, I'd start to guide them. No way was I at that point instructing, but I could tell it was something I was interested in, but it was backburnered for quite some time. Then I got invited to instruct somewhere. The feedback was great. And then the next thing you know, I'm coaching for the Porsche Car Club, the Audi Car Club. I got hired with Skip Barber Racing School, volunteering for the Teen Car Control Clinic, and all kinds of stuff. So it was a long time from there to here, but I respected the process and I never jumped ahead or got ahead of myself. I always stayed, maybe I would say a couple steps behind, just because I knew it was something I didn't want to mess up.
Yeah, it works better if you just take it easy and slow burn that process instead of the people that rush into it and they're like, yeah, I'm an HPD4, I'm an instructor. And like, well, yeah, you still have a lot to learn though.
Yep.
So it's totally the way to go.
Whenever you're learning, you still have a lot to be able to tell people what they need to learn. So
my students are so eager to get out of HPD1. I'm like, why? Then you're just going to be making your own bad habits with no one to help you. Like, I wish I had an instructor more often, like stay longer, learn more.
Yeah.
No one listens.
Exactly. I always stayed. I never wanted to class up in HBD days either, because I felt like I would just embarrass myself or I wasn't ready. But when I finally took the plunge, then I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? But I'm glad I waited.
Well, it all depends on what the experience you want to get out of it.
Yeah.
Because we've gone to, Chris and I love HPDs, and I was going in as S3. I'm probably beyond 3, but I like to get the discussion and make sure that and if you can get somebody to be working with you, that's the experience you want to get. So if you're trying to get up there, then you keep pushing along and insist on moving through the system, but it depends on what you want to get out of it.
Yeah, exactly right.
All right, let's pivot to your day job. Tell us more about your day job. You kind of alluded to that earlier, but what exactly do you do?
My family owns auto repair shop. My dad opened it, and he drugged me along 20 years ago, and I'm still here, waiting for him to retire so I can take the reins. But he's still here every day at the shop, and we specialize in European cars. We actually work pretty well together, and we have the race team together, and I'm at his house doing dinner all the time. So I think we've got a good thing going here. Yeah, there we are.
I'd be embarrassed if I got the wrong shop, but I feel like okay.
This looks like a lovely oh no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Have you guys been in this location the whole time?
No, we have had to move. We have outgrown the places that we've been, so we're in the biggest place we've been in this far, and we've been here about 6 years.
Very cool. Well, you've got a ladies' car care clinic coming up, from what we understand. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I'm hosting a free women's car care clinic here next month, and
at the shop.
At the shop, yeah. You guys would be surprised how many calls I get from women whose husband just recently died, and he handled everything, and she wants to come down because her tire pressure light came on and she doesn't know how to add air, or the college student who's out here local from out of state and doesn't know how to change their tire. And I started seeing this so often, and I decided, you know what, let's fix this. So I have been talking forever about hosting this clinic, and I decided before I made any plans or even had what I was going to do together, I was going to just post the Eventbrite and put it up on my social that we're hosting it, so that I could commit to doing it. And it's turning out to be such a cool thing. Liqua Molly's going to come out and do the oil presentation. All my techs are volunteering their time. We're going to have modules for hands-on changing tires, jumping the battery. Yeah, all that stuff. Full Q&A with our technicians. My dad will be here. So I'm not sure what it's going to look like. I've never done it before, but I'm really excited about it. Even if 10 ladies come and they learn how to change their tire and then they break down in the boondocks and they can't call anyone, how great are they going to feel when they just get themselves back on the road? So that's my goal.
I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I've done a few of these actually. Started out with doing with Girl Scouts and like younger women. The one time I even drove one of actually was my mom's car because for some reason something was wrong with my car down into Center City, Philadelphia, parked in an alley and taught young women how to do things like this. So I think it's going to be awesome. I think anybody who shows up is going to walk away with something, and any woman that can be a little bit more empowered to understand anything about a car is going to be great. They usually pass it along, feel a little bit better, because women are just targeted. And yes, this is going to be awesome. I can't wait to hear about it. You have to let us know how it goes.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Right. Now, after the Sierra College thing that we did, had the pleasure of meeting your dad. I'm a fan. And I think the story, like, cause you fuss at him sometimes about how he eats. And the joke was, I did not escape communism in trunk of car to eat salad, which is a wonderful philosophy. Maybe not the healthiest philosophy, but truly hilarious. But I'm going to ask this because I got this. Is there any way I could talk you into telling the mugshot story?
That's a super sensitive subject to me. And
Wait, do that one more time.
Yeah, right. And anybody who's not listening or is watching and not listening.
Yeah, that's going to be the lead in. It's going to be the lead in for the show right there.
Wait.
Oh, nice.
Well, the mugshot story is that, remember when I mentioned I started as a drag racer doing bracket racing and, Sacramento Raceway stuff? Well, I was also very impulsive and I couldn't turn down a challenge. So I did get arrested multiple times for street racing, allegedly. It was very dumb of me. I was not thinking straight. So my dad's birthday was when I went to jail to serve my 45-day jail sentence. They threw the book at me because apparently they found out that I was instigating the races and stuff like that. So I got 45 days in jail, 3 years probation. I lost my license. They impounded my car for 30 days. They actually made me sign some sort of agreement that if I got caught again, they would actually seize my car because they would have considered it a weapon at that point. I support all of that now. I do not support street racing at all. I actually afterwards went to high schools and spoke against it. And I tried to get, the word out about how dangerous it is. But it still became a joke because for Father's Day, I print my mugshot on a mug. So this is his mugshot. He also has a mug shot. He's got pillows, blankets, pot holders. I mean, you name it, my mugshot's on it somewhere in his house for a Father's Day gift. But he did tell me when he visited me in jail that he wants to do this with me someday legally. And he had already started at that point looking into racing schools and experiences in Vegas. And that didn't come to fruition then, but here we are doing what he promised. He said he was going to help me do it legally because he knew it was a passion. He knew I loved cars. He put that in my blood, so I can't sit here and say I haven't ever street raced my dad either. So, there's that. But yeah.
Can you say who won?
He had a 740 IL that was very heavy, so I took that one. Out accelerate and outbrake that one.
And so obviously, we're not just going to do the legal thing where we say we also don't condone street racing, but it's not just saying, oh, street racing is bad. You have now spent a sizable portion of your adult life providing an alternative. Street racing. Okay. It's stupid. It's fun being on a track where you're not going to go to jail and, you can do this for 3 hours. It's great. So.
Yeah, 100%. And that was also driving some of the Sierra College stuff too, because I could see they all had their own souped up cars. And I spoke to them about that too. I said, They don't take that stuff lightly anymore. I was uninsurable for a long time. I couldn't get to work. I had to rely on people while I didn't have a driver's license for what? Bragging rights because I smoked a Fox body. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a special
All right.
feeling smoking a Fox body.
Yeah.
I got clocked at 107 and he got clocked at 101. So it was documented win.
Shame you slowed down.
Yeah. Court documents.
Court
Look it up.
with the receipts.
It is in the public record.
Oh no.
Did you know that you can get in extra trouble if you have a passenger with you while you're doing all that?
I
could
I would
did
think that would
not.
be a thing that should happen. You should
Yeah.
not.
Mhm.
If you're going to be dumb about yourself, you should not also include other people.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
So yeah.
Even when they're saying go, 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 it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yes. You never
Or,
know.
Mommy, slow down.
Or
I was
or
just-
more accurately, Mommy, are you gonna take that crap off of a Fox body?
Oh man. I
Do it again.
never have with my kids, but somehow if someone's slow in front of us, they will say double yellows, Mom. Double yellows. I'm like, won't do it. Not gonna do it. So those two
Not taught
are,
you.
my two kids are definitely gonna end up in lemons the second they can get their license.
I think California, I think it's 15. You can totally
Yeah.
get them on the track
Oh,
at
yeah?
15.
Wow.
I remember a guy I worked with. He had when they were new, one of the Volvo 850 R's, like the wagons. They're super fast. Like, the missus said, we have a kid now, go get a responsible car. He's like, yeah, Volvo. And he went and got the hot rod Volvo. And he was telling me a story at work one day, how they're coming back from a family event and a kid with a backwards hat and a Mustang, like got a little, revvy at a light, and the light turned green. And for a couple 100 feet, he taught him a lesson about forced induction. And, before it got criminal, he backed out of it. But as soon as he got on it in the car seat, the daughter went, wee. And in the span of less than a minute, the wife was mad at him for doing it and then realized that the daughter enjoyed it, which means that this isn't the first time that that's happened. And he said she did not speak a word. And in 45 seconds, I have never been in more trouble in my life than.
Yep.
So.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Renae, have you brought the kids to the go-kart track at Sonoma yet?
Not that one. Prairie City here locally and like the indoor carts, but not out there yet. I think they just recently opened it up to more of the public. They were making it a bit more restrictive, like you had to take their classes before you can get carts on their track, and they weren't old enough to do that. But yeah.
Well, there's time.
Mhm.
Excellent. Well, this has been fun, Renae. Appreciate you being here. Where
I
can
appreciate you guys?
where can people find you and the shop on the internet or social media or any of those things?
Yeah, I run the social media page. We can link it. It's just EU Tech, and we're on there. And if anybody has any questions or want to bring their car in, that's me.
All right.
When's your next race?
Woo. Well, I was
You gonna be at
supposed
the butt?
I was going to guest drive for Team Greta at Buttonwillow again, but I did lose a employee here at the shop in the front who was with us 15 years. So I have absorbed his position on top of everything else I do. So that had to be 86th for now until I can smooth things over.
Work in front of racing, not fun.
No,
not fun.
No, but I can't quit here because the race team is what holds me together.
And just
Every
because
time
I was
think
bringing
I'm
up,
finally out, they pull me back in.
I was bringing up your social so we could link it in there, but I do want to show Chris and Chrissy that's the M5 swapped E36,
Mm-hmm.
which even though it's all BMW, not boring.
Okay, so
Lot
it's
more.
a little Porsche too. Because in order to stop that chassis with that power, we had to put the Porsche 996 brakes on it and get bigger wheels. So
Yeah.
little
Pretty
so
racy.
that's why I ran a Porsche event with it where I coached a few weeks ago, and it was just GT3 RS, GT4 RS, GT2, all this, and me. I just ruined all their pictures and their
Somebody's got to do it.
That's God's work. That's good.
Sorry, not sorry.
I didn't leak oil in the paddock or on track, so
You know what? I'm sure one of them did. So
Yeah.
there's that.
cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't trust a Porsche that doesn't leak oil. Something's wrong.
You
It means
wouldn't.
It's out of oil.
It's out of oil. Damn it. Oh. All right.
All right.
I feel like we've had some safety instances or something. What happened at Thompson that those guys hit you, or I don't know, or do we have anything for just the tip?
I even think of
Nothing?
what's this week's. Oh, all right. I'll tell you what this week's toolbox talk is at work. It is all about inspecting tools, using the right tools. Because oftentimes you might have some tools that are not great. At work, we are very much not allowed to make your own tools. This is the maintenance shop is not included. But for the most part, especially in town or in the actual plant, we don't allow them to make your own tool and try to figure out how to solve your own problems. So look at the tools that you're looking at, that you're working with, and making sure that they're actually in good condition. And those ones you're just like, yeah, they're really rusty, or they're, we can do better. Get the tool. You probably can afford it. Maybe it's a good excuse to go back to Harbor Freight, something like that.
But anything can be a hammer. I don't understand.
That was a quiz question of mine. Yes.
And there's so many uses for a screwdriver. Come on.
Also agree, except
Which
for
side of the socket wrench is the hammerhead?
The side. Duh.
It depends on how good the ratchet is. Yes. Look at the tools that you're using next time and throw them away or give them away.
I think everyone
bury
on the
'em or something.
screen, probably except for Chrissy, everyone on the screen probably has at least 2 scars on each hand that says, in fact, a screwdriver is not always the answer.
I do not have one of those, but yes. All right. That's just the tip.
Good tip.
Good.
Yep.
Inspect your tool.
Yep. Carefully.
No.
Don't put it where it shouldn't be.
That's not what I said.
Pretty much the
Don't
same
put
thing.
your finger where you wouldn't put your tool.
Yep. Great.
That's a callback. It's an old comedy thing. Okay.
Yep.
As we often say, any idea what we're talking about next week?
No. Week after and the week after that, yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're getting there. We just need to come up with next week.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll find something.
We'll figure it out. We got a week.
Renee, this was awesome.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for coming on, Renee.
And also, and thank you for doing, you're preaching the gospel of motorsports as a legitimate, healthy, and good thing for any community. So bless you for that.
Keep it up. No more street
All
race.
right.
Keep paying it forward. Yeah, stay out of jail.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's always a good one. All right. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
We'll see you next week.
See you next time.
Thanks for downloading us. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Everyone Racers. We also hope you will join us in the world of driving, racing, and building, because everyone can be a racer, even you. If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe. It's totally free. Then go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. Even if you hated us, give us 5 stars and tell us why. If you have any questions or show ideas, drop us a comment on our Facebook page, Everyone Racers, or email us at everyone.racers@gmail.com. You can still text us at 484-243-0455. Find us on Instagram at everyone.racers, YouTube and Facebook under Everyone Racers, or even Reddit at /E1R. Thanks again, and until next week, keep the shiny side up, unless, like us, there is no shiny side, then just keep those wheels down.